Hey there, I'm Ashley Sykard. I'm a sales and product specialist here at Karl Chevrolet, and today I am doing a virtual delivery on our Chevrolet Colorado that we have here. So I'm going to explain all the features to you, what these Colorados have, and how you are able to take it home and just drive it from here. But we'll go ahead and start in the tailgate. So over the past years, we have changed the tailgates. Now you do have the easy drop-down tailgate just for easier throwing stuff in there now, and now you don't have to worry about it slamming down and making a big crashing noise. But back here, we also do have our backup camera. I do like pointing that out just because when it is winter time, that will be the first thing to get dirty. So just come back and just clean it off just like that. Otherwise, back here, we do have your rear park assist sensors and also a 7 and a 4-pin as well right here. And then coming around here, if you ever had an older Colorado or an older vehicle, this might be a little bit newer for you, but we do have our capless fuel system. So with what you do now, you don't have to take off a cap. All you do, you just stick your gas nozzle on it and you're good to go, just like that. And then just go ahead and push it in. Otherwise, back here on our back seat, we have lots of space for whomever is going to be riding back here. On the center console, there are a couple of chargers, so if anybody is going to be riding back there, they can charge their tablets, their phones, and also, you do have some nice under-seat storage also. So there's a lever here on the side of the seat. Just lift it up, pull the seat, and then you do have lots of space to put whatever you need. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to use remote start on the Colorado here. So whenever you need it, just go ahead and click the lock button until you hear the horn just like that. Then you're going to hold this little remote start, this half horseshoe, for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then it will turn on just like that. It does have a range up to 50 feet. Some people can get a little bit longer, and I know sometimes you'll have to get a little bit closer, but I like to point out with the remote start, you're actually able to use the remote start 2 times at 10 to 15 minutes. So whenever you need it, just go ahead and remote start it. Otherwise, after the 10 to 15 minutes, it will just shut off. Go ahead and remote start it again. And then if it shuts off again, go ahead inside the vehicle and then turn the key to turn it on. Otherwise, the other features here, you do have your unlock and then you do have your panic alarm right there. So whenever you need it, it is there for you. All right, so here on the driver's side door panel, I'm just gonna go over a few things with you, but you do have your unlock and lock, your power mirrors are right here. So whenever you need to use it, just click it either left or right, and then you can switch your mirrors just by either going up, down, or side to side. Power windows and your child safety locks are right here. And then over here on the dash, a couple things. You do have your dimmer and brightener for the gauge cluster screen right here. Automatic headlights, and with this little light, or not this light, but this little white line is actually telling you that it is on auto. So if you ever need to change it, you can move it just like that. But otherwise, if you want fog lights, just click the fog lights just like that, and it will actually show up in your gauge cluster screen for you. You do have your drivetrain right here, so if you ever need 4-wheel drive, just move it to however you need it. And then up here, you have your trailer gain. So if you're ever going to be towing a trailer that has brakes on it, you will actually be able to use this. But if you're trailering like a little golf cart trailer that doesn't have brakes, you will not be able to use that. Well, here on the steering wheel of the Colorado, I just want to show you a couple features that you will be getting. So over here on the left side, you do have your cruise control. You have your on and off, cancel, resume, and set. And then right here is your lovely little heated steering wheel for those awesome Iowa winter nights. Click it either on or off if you want to keep your little hands warm during the winter. And then over here on the right-hand side, you do have your hands-free, so if you want to put your phone on the Bluetooth, you can either have it answer or ignore. So with the Bluetooth, you'll have your phone actually paired up to the vehicle, so you can either hear it through the vehicle without having to have the phone up to your ear now. And then you do have the arrows that will actually control the gauge cluster screen for you. So if you go over to the left or the right, you'll either find your information. So you'll find your trips, your mileage, oil life, tire pressure, you name it, it will be on there for you. But if you like to reset, say, like a trip, just hold that check mark and it'll reset just like that with a nice little beep. And go back if you want to have like a home screen. This will actually give you your gas mileage, and it will also have your miles per hour. And on the bottom will always show how many miles that you do have on your vehicle, which is your odometer. But back here to the steering wheel, you do have a couple of knobs on the backs of the steering wheels here. The two on the left will actually tune through your favorites of your radio station. And then the two on the right here will actually tune the volume on your radio stations as well. And then back behind the steering wheel, right here, you do have your lights. Whenever you need to switch between your dims or your brights, you just push forward just like that, and it will pop up in the gauge cluster screen for you. Or turn it back to dim whenever you need it. And then over here on the right side is your windshield wipers. Whenever you need it, it is there for you. If you need the windshield wiper fluid, just pull it forward, and it will help you out a lot. And now here to the screen of the Colorado. We'll actually start up here with the audio, but if you go ahead and click audio, you'll have your AM, FM, 3 months of Sirius XM, and then also you do have the option for the Bluetooth, so if you do have any music on your phone, you can actually listen to it through there. And then up here on the top, you do have your presets. You now have up to 60 presets, so go ahead and pick and choose whatever you want, and it always stays 5 ahead of you also. Down here, you can either tune through these buttons, tune down here, or if you want to click this tune right here and say if you want to listen to 100.3 the bus, you just type it in just like that. It will pop up there. Just click the arrow back and it will pop up on your screen for you. And then if you want to save a preset, go back to that tune, just click that star. It says saved as a favorite, or you can just do the hold the preset, just like that. And then over here on the right side, you do have your sound. So if you want to jam out on your way home, you have your bass, mid-range, and treble. You also do have your fade and balance as well. And then down here with the browse, you actually have the opportunity to see all the local radio stations in the area. So if you go out of state and you don't know what you want to listen to, you can actually go down this and actually find all the local radio stations in the area. And with the stars over here, there is another way that you can actually save your favorites as well. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and pair a phone. So if you like your phone on the Bluetooth, you just click this phone up on the icons up here, and it will kind of look like this once you start. Go ahead and click Connect Phone, and then we're gonna start off with an Android. So if you have an Android, this is what you'll be doing. You can actually pull down this drop bar all the way. There's a nice little spin wheel right there, just click that. Then you'll have a whole bunch of options just like this. Go ahead and click Connected Devices where it says Bluetooth, and it will kind of look like this. Then up on the screen, click Add Phone, and then on your phone, it will pop up once you click Pair New Device, and then it will pop up under My Chevrolet under the available devices. You gotta give it a sec, it's thinking. There you go. So just go ahead and click the My Chevrolet, and then once it's paired, it will have a 6-digit number. If those numbers are the same, go ahead and click Pair on your phone, and then Pair on the screen. Then once it's paired, it will actually pop up saying that your phone is up here. So once you do that, go ahead and click this little pencil over here, and then just go ahead and click First to Connect. So every time you come in the vehicle, you'll get the incoming calls and the outgoing calls. So now with the new Chevrolets that we do have, there are a bunch of options. So you're able to have up to 7 people up on the Bluetooth now. So if you ever want to put anybody else on there, go ahead and put them as secondary, just because they'll be able to get the incoming calls, but will not be able to do the outgoing calls unless they are the only one in this vehicle. But every time you come back into the vehicle, the primary driver who does, they'll actually have the First to Connect. So theirs will automatically go to that First to Connect. So back to the phone, once you do have it paired, it will have a message access request. Say yes, because that will actually put your contacts up on your phone for you. I know some Samsungs and other Androids will have 2 messages come up saying if you'd like to put your contacts and your messages up on there. Click Allow to both, otherwise it will not work. And then up here on the top, you do have a bunch of tabs. You can either click your keypad, your recents, so that will give you all of your recents of your phone calls, your contacts, and then also the phones is just saying who is all up there. And so next we'll go ahead and pair an iPhone. So let me go ahead and click Forget Device real quick. All right, so on your iPhone, if you have an iPhone, you're going to find your settings icon. We'll click settings, then we'll find Bluetooth. We'll go ahead and click Bluetooth and make sure your Bluetooth is on. And then up here on the screen, go ahead and click your phone, connect phone, and then you're going to click add phone. So once it pops up as My Chevrolet on the screen, under other devices, go ahead and click that. And then once the numbers are the same still, go ahead and click pair and pair. And then with mine, where it says allow contacts and favorites to sync, go ahead and click allow on that. So your phone is connected. Like I said, go ahead and put yours as first to connect, and then every time you'll get the incoming calls and the outgoing calls. But if you go back to contacts, I like actually pointing out contacts because you can actually do this. If you find someone specific in your phone, you can actually click the star right over here, and it will actually pop up in your favorites just for easier calling. So if you do that, and then come over to your favorites, now I can actually call myself whenever I need to, which is pretty cool. Otherwise, when someone gives you a call, you can actually answer here on the keypad that is on your steering wheel, so you can either click that or click ignore. So when someone does call you. And now next we'll go ahead and go to navigation. So if you ever do have the navigation feature in your vehicle, it will look like this. So up top here you'll have your keywords or your address. So if you want to find your points of interest, you can either scroll through all these icons here, or you can touch this little guy up on the top and say, hey, bring me to Olive Garden, and it'll actually bring you to Olive Garden. Otherwise, if you want to set up your home, your work, you're more than welcome to do that. And you can also move out or move back in. Pretty cool. And then next we'll go ahead and show you guys the Wi-Fi hotspot in this vehicle. If you didn't know, you guys get 3 gigabytes of data or a month trial through OnStar, whichever runs out first. So this is just complimentary from OnStar, just trying to get a little bit of business for them. But with the Wi-Fi, you're able to stream your emails. You can actually look at your laptop now, so when you're on the road, you can actually see this. And I know a lot of people like purchasing a plan later on, so if they do go on vacation, they could actually get that and use it for their kiddos, or if they want to watch a movie on the road, they definitely do that. But in order to use this Wi-Fi hotspot, you do have a couple of features up here. So you do have your Wi-Fi name and your password. You are able to actually change the Wi-Fi name through the vehicle, or if you do have the My Chevrolet app on your smartphone, you can actually change it through there also. And you can also change your password as well. So if you come up with something creative, you're more than welcome to use it. Otherwise, you can just leave it the default settings, which are the My Chevrolet and also that wonky little password. So that's completely up to you. And now we'll move on to the users. So if you got the chance to download the My Chevrolet app, you can actually use this. So if you do want to log into it, it's just the same My Chevrolet credentials, such as your username, which is your email, and then also your password. And when you do use that, just click sign in, and then you can actually save any favorites from your radio station, your phone. And so say if you do decide to get a new vehicle here in the next couple years, you can actually move anything from the screen over to your next vehicle, which is really cool. It's just trying to help you save a little bit of time later on, and if you forget about a preset, you actually remember what they are now. And down here to settings, I do like pointing out a couple of really cool features here. Here's your time and date. It actually sets automatically now, so now you don't have to worry about changing it. Woohoo, about time. And then down here, I like also pointing out the nice little favorites portion. Whoops. So if you click favorites, you can actually delete, rename, or move around the favorites of your radio station now. So if you remember earlier, I did favorite the bus. I want that on my top feature. So go ahead and move that all the way up, so now it is the first one on my favorites. And if you don't want it, go ahead and delete it. Or if you want to rename, say like my favorite radio station, or just put whatever you want on there, it will actually save for you. And you can also save your favorites on your phone too, and then your navigation features as well. The next tab is apps. I really don't go into depth with these. It's just all saying what's on and what's off, so you don't have to worry about it. Then over here on vehicle, I do like pointing out a couple of the safety features here. This first one right up on the top here is rear seat reminder. This is just trying to keep those terrible headlines out of the headlines, but it does turn on 10 minutes prior to the vehicle starting or when it is running. So that we did open up the back door of this Colorado before we actually started the vehicle. Then we started the vehicle, and then if we turn the vehicle off, like this, it's actually going to tell you in the gauge cluster screen saying, hey, check the back seat. Like I said, it's just trying to keep those terrible headlines out of the headlines, but it is triggered by the back two doors opening. So if you want to throw like your purse back there or anything essential like your food, your milk, so you're not leaving it back there, that is the best thing to keep on. So if you ever need it on, it is there for you. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and move down to your collision and detection systems. I like pointing out the safety features here in the vehicle, but you do have your park assist, which is on. So if you throw your vehicle in reverse, it's actually going to help you until you get close to something. So if you get closer, it keeps beeping at you, and up on the gauge cluster screen, it also shows you how close you are getting to a certain object too. Just like that. So you can either turn that off or on. So if you're doing a little bit of trailering, you can actually turn that off. So if you don't want to hear about it, you definitely can do that. And then you also do have the camera assist symbols. So if you either want to turn those off or on, you can actually have that option if you want to turn them off or on. Then down here to comfort and convenience, I do like pointing this out because unfortunately we can't turn off the chime volume now, but definitely we can make it more annoying. So if you want to listen to a more annoying chime when you either have your door open, you can make it more annoying, like I just said. And then down here, I like pointing out your power door locks, your remote unlock start. So if you ever need to change any of those preferences, you do have all of these preferences. So if you want to just go ahead and look at them, you're more than welcome to do that. And I also like to point out the remote start auto heated seats. So if the vehicle detects that it's 32 degrees and below, your remote start seats will actually turn on for you when you actually use the remote start on the key fob. And then we'll go ahead and go to Apple CarPlay. I'll show you guys how to use Apple CarPlay first. So if you do have an Apple phone, all what you'll need is just a cord just like this. So all what you're going to do, you're going to find that little USB port that is down here, hidden in the little console tray here. Plug it in, and then all what you're going to do is just plug your phone in just like this. And just make sure you have it unlocked as well. And then up on the screen, you'll go ahead and click continue. So if you guys have never heard of Apple CarPlay before, this is actually a really cool feature that you can put any compatible apps from your phone up onto the screen. So right now it's playing my music, so you can listen to any of your music that you want. Or if you click these little buttons down here, you'll find all of your compatible apps that will actually pop up there for you. So if you want your maps, you can actually find them right there. So if you don't have a navigation feature in your vehicle, this is a cheap and free way that you can actually use this navigation now. So if I go to my maps and say if I want to type in Ames, I type in Ames, it also pops up on the screen also. So if you want directions, you can go ahead and click it from your phone, or you can actually click it up on the screen, which is pretty cool. Otherwise, if you want to use your phone, your music, whatever you want up there, you're more than welcome to use it. It is free for you with the vehicle, so go ahead and use it whenever you need to. Next, we'll actually do Android Auto, which is on the screen. So if you do not have an Apple, you can actually use it with your Android phone if you have one. So all what you'll need is just a cord also. You'll go ahead and plug it into the USB port that is down here on the center console. Go ahead and plug it in. Then don't plug your phone in just yet, but we'll just go ahead and go to Play Store. We have to download an app called Android Auto in order for this to work. So go ahead, type it in your search bar, and once you have it popped up, it will kind of look like this. So once you open it, you're going to go ahead and have this nice feature right here. When you do download it, make sure you click select yes, continue, all yeses, otherwise it will not work. And then you'll get a screen like this. Up here, you're going to have a light switch bar. Whoops. Just go ahead and find where it says Android Auto. Go ahead and click that on, and then click Allow on your phone. And just like I said, go ahead and click Continue. And this is what it's going to look like up on the screen also. So once you get to this screen of your phone, go ahead, plug it in. And then up on the screen of your vehicle, it's actually going to tell you to continue. So go ahead and click Continue. And then it will actually pop up on the screen just like that. So if you click this little circle right here, this will be like your home button of your phone. So this will put any compatible apps from your phone. So if you have your maps, your phone, if you have Pandora or any other cool apps that are compatible up there, it will actually put them up there. And also if you want to look at it on your Android Auto, go ahead and click it. And like I said, it will put any compatible apps from your phone to go up on here. And if you want to get out of it, or just click that button, it will actually give you your maps again, or just go ahead and click this home button just to get out of it. So when these two are illuminated, so when the Apple CarPlay is green, that one is good to go. When Android Auto is blue, that means Android Auto is good to go. All right, so now we'll go ahead and move on to the other side of the screen. I like pointing out the apps in the My Chevrolet. Those do run up the gigabytes of data, so you don't have to worry about messing with those if you don't want to. Otherwise, your OnStar services are right here, or they are up on here on the mirror for you. Down here, you actually have another option, so if you want to use your climate controls from the screen, or you can use them down here, you're more than welcome to also do that. And then I like pointing out my favorite feature of the screen is this camera function, because you can actually have this up while going up to 10 miles per hour, which is super cool. So if you just want to click that on, and if you want to move forward in your garage a little bit, you can definitely keep that on and move forward, just like that. Otherwise, if you ever want to switch it around, you do have your nice little park assist to help you out, or if you're going to be doing any trailering, you do actually have that nice little line that can actually line you up to your hitch. So if you want to turn your steering wheel, those lines actually move with you, which is really cool. But no matter what, if you put your vehicle in reverse, you will always get a rear camera also. And now for the buttons here up on the screen, I do like pointing out that there are two home buttons. So if you either want to use the one on the screen, you're more than welcome to use that. Or if you want to use the button here, you definitely can use that too. But if you click that, you'll also get a subscreen. This subscreen will actually give you your music, your recent phone calls, and also if you do have navigation, it will actually put that up there for you. Otherwise, your volume is right here. Tuners, like I said, back will always bring you back just one. And this knob is super cool because it actually goes through your screen. So if you don't want to use the screen, you're more than welcome to do that. Click the check mark to be as an OK. Or if you go too far into one, you can actually click black and do whatever you need to do there. Climate controls are pretty much the same. Just go ahead and move whatever one that you want. Otherwise, fan speed is here. And you do have the option to actually adjust the climate controls there. And then down here on what I'd like to call the fun buttons, I do like pointing out a couple of features here. You do have your tow haul mode here, so whenever you need it, just click it on just like that. And then up on the gauge cluster screen, it will actually show you what the trailering is right there for you. If you don't want that on, just go ahead and click it off also. Then you have your traction control, your hazards. This is your bed light here. If you ever need to use the bed light, just go ahead and click that on. I do recommend if you're going to use it and you walk away from your vehicle, just make sure you turn it off, otherwise it will drain your battery. And this is a downhill descent. It's actually used when you're going downhill at a 35 mile per hour speed. If you want to use it, you're more than welcome to, otherwise it's just going to sit there. And then you do have another option for your park assist right here. So if you're doing any trailering with your Colorado, you can actually turn that off. So now when you're actually moving back to a trailer, it's not going to beep at you and drive you crazy. But I recommend keeping that on. So if you're parking in the parking lot, you can actually know when you are close to another vehicle. And then over on the sides here, you do have the awesome features where you can actually have your heated seats also. And then a couple things down here, I do like pointing out you do have some chargers. They're hidden here, so you have 2 USB ports and a nice little car charger as well. And then up here, I like pointing out that you do have your dome lights. So when it's horizontal like this, your lights are actually going to turn on when you open up your doors. And if you move it closer to you just like that, and if you open up your doors, the lights will not turn on. Or if you want them all on, just go ahead and click that. And then you have your single lights as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed your virtual delivery of the 2020 Chevrolet Colorado. And if you guys come across any questions, don't hesitate to get a hold of us because we are willing to help you guys out with whatever needs that you do have. And I also like to say thank you for purchasing your vehicle here at Karl Chevrolet. And like I said, if you have any questions, concerns, or if you ever need a new vehicle, don't hesitate to get a hold of us.